All right, in this video, we're going to go through the company snapshot as well as insights. The reason I'm doing both in one video is because they're very similar. I'm a little confused at why we added them different. Well, I kind of know why they were both added. So one is snapshots was around for a while. Insights is kind of a way to make QuickBooks Desktop look more similar to QBO, I think. And that's my insight, right? But we're going to go through both. So snapshots, we have that up here on the icon bar. If you don't see it there on your icon bar, you can go to company snapshots here. Okay, so in the snapshots area, it's meant to be a dashboard. Again, it takes a second to load sometimes because if you have, it's reports, right? It's building a whole bunch of different reports. So similar, if your accounts payable report takes 3 minutes to load, your snapshots might take a little bit of time to load. Okay, so we have 3 tabs when it comes to snapshots. We have the company tab, payments and customers. We do have the search feature up here, so we can add content. So you can tell if it's added. If you need to add additional, you can add it here. Okay, and there's a couple of options that we can scroll through. Again, notice when I add it, it takes a second because it has to load. Okay, so I added a couple in there. It is drag and drop, so it is kind of interactive in here, so I can move things around and set it up the way that I want it to look, right? In each of these areas, we can go ahead and print. Notice you're not printing the entire dashboard, you're just printing the account balances area. You can save the image, print preview. Okay, I can sort by in this, and then also it is something that I can drill down on, right? So I can double click and drill down. I can select which accounts on this one as an example, which accounts I want to see. So if I didn't want to see the AR account balance and I didn't really care about, the payroll stuff, okay, then it would update and only show me the accounts that I want to see here. I can also go to my chart of accounts from here. All right. Any of these where you see the little zoom, little Z magnifying glass, you can double click to see the details. Okay. And it's going to take you into a report. All right. So I have income breakdown. All my income falls into sales, so that's not super exciting. So let's go ahead and take that one off of this. I do have best-selling items. Again, I can filter this by something, maybe units instead of amounts. This fiscal year to date, this month, this quarter, yesterday, this week. Customers who owe us money. We have some options there. Previous year expense allocation, we can look at yearly, maybe quarterly. So this is showing me current year's expenses versus last year's expenses. Same thing with income, current year's income versus last year's income, right? Again, this is a sample file, so it's not super fun data. We have an income and expense area. Again, it's pretty small, right? So this is where insights would come into play. But again, you can drill down on any of these. So obviously this is a nice little visual. Our income is higher than our expenses. It's kind of what we want to see all the time. We can have an expense breakdown. Again, it's going to be at a higher level, right? Insurance, rent, what is our breakdown? Then we have our top sales by customer, right? So up top we had our top sales by item. Now we have a top sales by customer. Again, it's kind of limited because it just shows you the top 5. So again, this year, this quarter, etc. There's some limitations in there. Okay, but it is a pretty nice dashboard for people who need this quick data. It's again visual. Most people don't have the accounts balances or the customers owing money as example. They have a lot of these visual graphs in here. We do have a payments area. So again, invoice payment status, this month, last month, air aging. We have some customer balance information. These are all hyperlinks that are going to take us to reports that are available in the reports areas anyway. We can add some additional content here as well. So again, it's worth it to kind of scroll through and see, see what's available, see if it would be helpful for you. Then we have it at the individual customer level. So again, when we're looking at this, I'm choosing one particular customer. Notice it's showing me all customers, no jobs. Okay. And I can choose to add additional content here as well. There's only the 4 but you can take some away. So what this is going to show me, this is pretty powerful stuff when it comes to QuickBooks, right? So it shows me average days to pay, or I'm sorry, number of years this has been a customer, average days to pay, so how quickly they usually pay us, opening balances, credit limits, total sales this year. I can filter it by some different amounts there. And then same sales this year, prior period, right, for the same period. So it's saying this year to date. So sales last year for the same period. Recent invoices, sales history for this customer, yearly, quarterly, whatever it is that you want to look at, recent payments, and then best-selling items for this customer, both in amount and in units. So again, something that's helpful you can look at and say, hey, last year you bought a whole bunch of these, this year you're buying a whole bunch of those, etc. Right? So some insightful data there. Okay. So that is our snapshots, right? Then we also have our insights, which is an additional tab here right off the home page. And again, this is where, if you're familiar with QBO at all, this kind of has a QBO feel, right? And so that's where I think that they're going with this insights. The insights has less information than the snapshots does, but in a bigger format, so it looks a little bit cleaner. So we can put a logo in here if we want to. Okay, again, it thinks the date is December 15th because this is a sample file. Up top here we can print, right? It prints the entire thing. We can refresh. So when I click on Insights, it refreshes with data as of right now. If somebody changes something, I need to hit refresh, right, to refresh data. We also have the gear settings, so you can choose some additional things to see. So again, on the last one on snapshots, right, we had 12 choices. This one we only have a couple. Okay. So profit and loss, we can choose different time periods here, and obviously it's showing it to us in just a little bit of view. So income is up top, expenses are down below. We can scroll through to see the next items here. So previous year income, top sales by customers. So it's a similar data, right? It's things that you've seen, income and expense trends, just in a different look. Then down below here, we kind of have a little quick area similar to if you've looked at our income tracker or bill tracker. It looks similar to something like that, right? So we have our unpaid invoices, our overdue invoices are paid. We have our expenses this month and a breakdown, right? And we can create bills from here, etc. So again, it's helpful. It's a move in the right direction. If you're looking for programs that give KPI or extensive business analytics, there are some tools that are out there. One that's free is called Finagraph. So make sure to check that out or give us a call. We can help you get set up with that, or connecting it for the first time. So there are some different KPI tools that are available out there already, so you don't necessarily need to build them on your own. Okay. All right, so that is the company snapshot and insights.